Why is Allah testing us? Doesn't He know the final result? Of course Allah knows the final result. Allah's knowledge is infinite. He knew the final result before He even created the heavens and the earth. As for why He's testing us, simple. As testimony to ourselves. Allah already knows which of us are destined for Jannah and Jahannam. But imagine if Allah just cast people into Jahannam without first letting us live our lives. What do you think would happen? If Allah just entered people into paradise, nobody would complain. There'd be no questions asked. But if Allah just threw people into hell, you can bet they'll protest His decision. They'll be like, "But Allah, why are you doing this to us?" And Allah would be like, "Because my knowledge is absolute, and this is where you belong. You are going to end up here anyway." And the people would take oath upon oath saying, "But Allah, we wouldn't have ended up here. We promise, we'd have obeyed you and followed all your commandments. Just give us a chance." And so, here we are. This life is the chance which Allah is giving us, not to prove anything to Him, but rather, as testimony to ourselves, so come Judgment Day, not a single person will be able to refute the justice of Allah. Every single action of ours is being recorded. The angels, the environment, the trees, and even the very earth we walk on, all will bear testimony, either for or against us. Even our own limbs will bear testimony as to how we used them. We'll have nothing to say in our defense. No should-haves, could-haves, or would-haves. We'd all have lived our lives, and every soul shall reap that which it sowed. If a person did just an atom's weight of good, on that day they will see it, and if someone did just an atom's weight of evil, on that day they will see it. That day is coming, whether you like it or not, a day of abject terror and regret, a day the length of which is 50,000 years. The sun will be so close, as if just a mile above our heads, and the earth will be like smouldering copper. So be warned, O Kafir, that day is coming. It is a matter already decreed beyond doubt, and no words will be able to describe your regret on that day, should you die in a state of faithlessness, for it won't be a temporary regret, but an eternal one. You can mess up in this life, and perhaps still get a second chance, or even a third, or a fourth. But there'll be no second chances on that day, should you be destined for the fire, and not a single soul will deny the justice of Allah. People will beg Allah to send them back to the world, even for just a moment, just for one good deed, or even one salah, but it will be too late. All we have is this one life, this one chance to gain the pleasure of Allah, and earn our eternal salvations. Indeed, we warn you of a near punishment on the day when a man will see what his hands have sent forth, and the disbeliever will say, "Oh, I wish that I were dust." If you have any intelligence at all, you'll consider my words very carefully and act upon them accordingly. May Allah guide us all to the straight path and grant us all death with Iman. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen.